You know, it takes three things for an engine to run: spark, fuel, and compression. On today's tech video, we're talking spark, and specifically pickup coils in the distributor. Hey, let's take a look at a base ignition system. Now, our base ignition system here starts with a distributor. You may have distributor lists. We'll take a look at that in another video later. But our distributor system runs right down here, and you can see the wires coming over. The distributor inside is going to have a pickup coil, something that's going to tell this coil when to pulse or not to pulse. So it comes down here, and you got 12 volts, positive here on the key side, and that's going to also feed over positive to the distributor. Now on the other side, you should have some pulsing voltage. What do I mean by pulsing voltage? Something that's going to turn those primary windings on and off inside that coil so we can induce a voltage into the secondary and bam, get that big old spark you want. Now on our engine here, you can see our distributor is located right here. Now our distributor is feeding over to the coil. So we said we need 12 volts at the coil. Let's go ahead and check that. So I got my meter set up to DC volts right here. And if I come down and I just check the power going into the coil and I find me a good suitable ground right here, you can see, let me get this out of your way so you can see it. All right, so if I go like this here and I grab that, I turn on the ignition switch. You're going to need your ignition switch on. You should have 12 volts coming into that, okay? And we do. Oh, it popped off. That's okay. We have 12.37, so we have the voltage going to our coil. Now we have to find out if it's pulsing. That's going to be on the other side. But we need to take a look inside a distributor. You could have two types of pickups inside a distributor. You could have a Hall effect switch, or you can have a magnetic pickup. Now ours has a magnetic pickup, and it looks just like this here. What's going on is this magnetic pickup spinning around. And when it's spinning around, it's creating a magnetic field, and it's actually sending pulses into here, which is then going to an ignition module. This is AC, alternating current. It's actually going to send an alternating voltage, so it'll go over there and it'll read it. It'll change it to DC. You may have a DRAC, a DRAB, a digital ratio analyzer, something to give it the pulses over to the coil, but your pickup has to work. If you have this one, well, real simple. Just turn the engine over. There's two wires you can see in here. There's a black wire and a blue wire, this one and this one. I'm going to find them over here, and what I'll do, I'll show it to you actually in action. If I take our leads from our meter here, and I find the actual blue, which is coming in to this far one over here. I'm going to connect that, and then I'm going to take the other one. I'm going to go over to the actual black one. So I'm on both of those wires right now. Well, it's not telling me much. I got to go over to AC voltage because it's AC. It's one of the things on a car's AC. Sometimes wheel speed sensors are. I can actually take a drill here, see if I can get it in here, tighten it up at the same time. Need a couple hands to do this. All right, now I got it a little bit snugged up. I probably could spin this, and when I spin this here, you're going to see it spin, and hopefully down on the meter, if this pickup coil is working, oh, it's slipping. All right, let me tighten up my chuck. All right, now when I spin this, there it goes, and you can look over there at the meter, and that thing's putting out about 4, maybe I can go a little faster. All right, but it's actually picking up that voltage, AC voltage, sending it over there, and it knows. So your pickup coil is working. Now, if your pickup coil wasn't working, I wouldn't be getting a pulse. We'd have to chase that down. If I had a pulse at the coil and 12 volts and no spark, it's probably your coil. Now, if your coil is working, 12 volt and spark, I'm getting spark out of that, we'll just start chasing it down the wires all the way down to the spark plugs themselves. Now with that base look, you should be all right with ignition systems. Hey, don't forget to follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook. I'll catch you next time.